Perched high above the city of Baltimore, Maryland, from Magooby's Joke House, comes the tale of 5 brave adventurers and their intrepid audiomancer on a journey wrought with magic, mayhem, and dick jokes. For this is Laugh Finder.
Welcome to Laugh Finder!
Welcome to Laugh Finder, everybody, Baltimore's premier piezo-based comedy podcast. Woo! I'm comedian Tommy Sanpazzo.
Oh, Thomas.
There it is. And I'll be playing... I almost said Cog. I'll be playing Arcane, the living construct. Ever since I'm a little under the weather, so Arcane has a bit of a rasp.
He sounds husky.
That's what that is.
With my monkey familiar, Natty Bobo. And you have nothing for Obi, and my demon.
Your reanimated corpse.
Demon skeleton, Obi.
Hello, everyone. I'm Obi.
Oh, now the viewers can see Dorian's hot elbow.
Dorian is already drawing on the tactical battle board this episode.
Oh,
Things are about to get hairy.
Oh, wait, I should probably start this.
I do have that subscription to Big Natural Elbows.
Big Nat Bows?
Big Nat Bows. Yeah, the ludicrous song, just pure sex. Drop bows on them, of course. Southern Hospitality, drop bows.
Throw them bows?
Throw them bows.
Hey, our guest is back this week.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got caught up in doing everything else. Ladies and gentlemen, this week, same as last week, he's a martial arts instructor. He's an actor. He's a thespian.
Yeah.
And he's the GM for the podcast / live show. Whose role is it anyway? Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Eric Poe!
Oh, Eric.
Hello, friends.
Hello, Eric. I would like you to know that I don't know if this marker will ever come off of this. We're fine. We'll scrape it off.
We've got that toenail.
Now, Eric, how long have you been playing like role-playing games and stuff?
Oh, man. I started playing D&D with my dad and my cousin when I was like 10 years old.
Oh, man.
Like, we would because he played when he was a kid, and like he remembered just enough about it to like kind of make up most of the shit. And yeah, he would take me and my other 10-year-old cousin through adventures, and that was how I spent most of my childhood, just begging him, like, can you do it again? Can you do it? He's like, you little fucking bastard.
What was your favorite character to play?
It actually, I couldn't tell you the character I played, but I can tell you about there was two. It was me, my cousin Tommy, and we each controlled a character. We had a third character who was a rogue who we stuck in full plate, who we just shoved into rooms to test for traps. Like
Nice.
that was what we would do for everyone.
Nice.
He was my favorite character. His name was Kerwin the Rogue. He was from 3.5, and yeah, we did horrible
We did that once. A group of friends and I. We were about to go into a building that we knew we were about to go on a dungeon crawl, and they sent a messenger. This child was like, "Sir, I have a message for you," and deliver the message. It was like, all right, we grab this kid, we tie a rope around his waist, and we would just kick this kid down hallways and into rooms to check for traps.
Did it work?
Oh yeah, he didn't die much. Like if he got like close to death, we bring him back to life just to throw him into another trap.
It's a solid move. I like it. Smart.
Now, and so what was your first character?
Oh man, the first character I ever actually made was he was a half giant barbarian named Fwok. Because he came from a village where the children were named after the sounds of battle. So he was named after the sound a skull makes when you split it with an axe. So he was Fwok. He had an archer cousin named Thwip. And he had a sister named Gashunk.
Oh, beautiful name.
And you've created quite a character.
His dad's name Fap.
For our episodes here with us.
Yes.
Tell us about your character that you're playing with us.
Yes, I play Tomothy, the mad boy king. He is about I said 5 originally, but it's like 4.5 feet tall. Looks like little tiny Vigo the Carpathian. He's ripped as shit. He has like the 5 head and everything, the wrinkles. And yes, he believes himself to be the king of the Child Kingdom, and that's kind of where he's at in his journey.
He's full of sass.
Yeah. Yes.
Is anyone else waiting?
Childlike wonder.
Is anyone else waiting for him to just pull out an AR-15?
So you went from when did you start GMing?
Oh, I started DMing back in like 2008. Like a bunch of my friends from I grew up in Glen Burnie. A bunch of friends there were like, "Hey man, I want to get on the D&D thing."
Hey, I want to stop doing heroin.
So we started with 3.5. And we just did the thing. We tried our damnedest. I ran adventures there every night for like a couple of years, and then I left Glen Burnie and I moved to the shining beacon of the east, Dundalk.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that's the.
Yeah.
It's not really much of a lateral move either.
I was like, "Oh, where are you from?" And I used to say Glen Burnie, and they go, "Oh." And I say Dundalk, they go, "Oh."
There's
I have a bit where I say-
Riviera
Because
down
he's
there.
moving on down,
I say-
moving on down.
No one ever talks about Curtis Bay. It's like, "Ooh." It's kind of like we're like, "Hey, dude, stop! My cousin has Curtis Bay."
well, my grandma, God love her, she came. She lives in Norfolk, Virginia. When she came to visit, she took pictures and everything of my house there. And I saw her post on Facebook. She was like, "Oh, just went to visit Eric in historic Dundalk."
And
then-
have you been to the North Point flea market out there?
Oh yes, it's 5 minutes from my house.
It's a magical place.
Yeah, it's 11 on a Sunday. I got nothing to do.
Oh man, which strip club do you live adjacent to?
Night shift.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Okay,
that's the one
the-
that's under an overpass.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
actually that's the good one.
yeah, it is.
It's no world famous McDougal's, but that was the one I went to on my 18th birthday. Was the
Yes.
night shift.
I went
Yeah,
to-
no, that's what
That
we.
was
Yeah.
it.
I went to Fantasies or House of Class. As
Fantasies is my favorite.
Oh,
of
you know,
all
actually,
of them.
when I was a kid, we went there. Me and my one friend, was much slimmer, had the hair, and so we walk in there, and the stripper's like, "Oh, look, they brought White Screech and Black Screech," and that is why I don't like strip clubs.
Where's the lie?
You gotta pay extra to be humiliated by the strippers.
All right. And speaking of White Screech, that's the only thing you hear his wife yelling. Ladies and gentlemen,
Whoa.
actor, comedian, professional nudist, and father of the year, Mr. Eric Woodward.
Oh, hey, what's going on, guys? Me, Eric Woodworth.
You don't know what hard times are, Daddy.
And I'm back again, and I'm playing my character, Big Flea. He's a gunslinger dressed, clad in both black and purple, black and pink, and he's ready to lay down the iron on some of these kobolds tonight, Daddy. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm here, and you know what? We went to Katsucon, and I forgot to mention it last show, but when I was the second in the lineup, Aaron was hosting, Ben kicked it off, I go second, and we've got a full room with like 200 people,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Pretty packed
They're
there.
turning people away.
They were.
My opening joke, I come out and I do this newer bit that I've been working on. Worked really good at the other show. It's about pissing dried shit off of a toilet. Okay? Listen.
Super relatable.
I don't like to talk about how deep I go into my comedy, but I touch some touchy subjects, and this
His
one,
polarizing bit.
you know, the real deep ones, pee pee and poo poo, okay, and I was,
You know what? Go ahead.
I was baffled because as soon as I dropped the punchline to it, which got like a moderately good laugh, 6 people got up and left.
Yeah.
You know why? You know why? Because they had already heard it on your album.
They were like, "We're here for hentai, not pee and poo-poo."
Let's go to the Bible Black.
But by the way, I can talk about fishing a condom out of the wife's pussy. Everybody loved it. But pee pee and poo poo a little bit too much for the Katsucon crowd.
You galvanized everyone who was left. Everyone who remained was like, "We're with you."
Well,
Yeah.
I'll take 194 people that were still really happy with
Yeah,
the
I mean,
show.
it's not
so
like
I'm
after
not
they
worried
left, they
about it.
let 6 more people back in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, so
But it almost threw me off. I was like, these motherfuckers. I mean, if you've ever had people walk out in the middle of your set, immediately it's hatred. I don't even care. You could have had something better to do, but I don't give a shit.
I like how
wait
you
till my
talked
set's
about it
over.
as they're leaving. You're like, oh, my pee-pee and poo-poo day. Too much for you.
I can't not talk about the things that are evident in the room. I must mention them because they make me feel weird.
I wish we had a video because we could have put it on YouTube as a comedian destroys people that leave after his pee-pee poo-poo.
I'm edgy, guys. I'm edgy. There's already a Salon article they're writing about this this bit.
And speaking of edgy, the
Did you say
Lenny
edging?
Bruce. Yeah, speaking of edging, the man who never comes.
What?
You know what edging is?
Yeah, I know what, oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
That's
Do
a
you know what
context.
edging is, Aaron?
Aaron definitely doesn't know. We need to tell
Well,
Aaron.
I don't
okay,
know.
let's hear our sex lesson for the day.
Yes.
I'm Brian Preston.
Edging has something to do with the way someone's penis gets stroked, I imagine. or-
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
You're
Tell
on
us
it.
what you think edging is.
I think. Look, I've been around you guys for a while. I can interpret these things at this point.
Okay. What is edging?
All right.
My guess is that edging is some sort of pornography where they try to make a man refrain from having an orgasm.
No, it's when you take your weed whacker and go next to the side.
You
Jesus, Aaron.
sicko!
God, there's children listening.
Are there?
No, yeah, you're absolutely right. That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. It's all about like they're like jerk off instructions where you're not supposed to come.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Did you know what cum eating instructions are? Self-explanatory.
Just sprinkle a little nutmeg in a motherfucker.
I hate those. You know, it tastes so bad.
Still, you know what? This is still not the worst intro I've gotten on the show.
No, I've
Nowhere near.
watched a cum eating video before, right? But no,
I'll be
because
pl-
it gets up to the part because it's a good countdown. I like countdowns. I like time. I like all right. In 10 seconds, I'm going to be done with this.
Wait, do you prefer like the gentle, like the ASMR? Like, no, I'm gonna count down.
No, I want to be like jerk your fucking dick.
Yeah.
Get this over
Eight,
with.
you piece of shit.
Yeah, no, like,
7.
yeah.
If I'm honest, I need a British or Australian
Yeah.
accent. I don't.
then-
If you standard English,
Wait,
What's
there's
your
pornography
English,
where
I'm
they
done.
count down and demand that you,
Yeah,
as
yeah.
the
And
viewer,
then-
have an orgasm.
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
And then once you come, they're like, now lick it. And I'm like, you have no hold over me anymore.
The shame has
Your,
set in.
your spell is broken.
You have no power here, wizard.
Oh, you've broken the spell.
And I take that cum and I put it in an envelope and I mail it to him. I'm like, you eat this.
It comes out like a fucking wafer. Like,
She opens it, it's like,
it's like anthrax.
cum cloud again.
Like opening powdered milk. I
Oh, man, can you
understand.
imagine saving up and you fill a glitter bomb with your crusty cum?
I don't like that you're weaponizing your jerk offs.
Have you gotten a chance to introduce yourself
Ladies
yet?
and gentlemen, as your comedian, Mr. Brian Preston.
And a boom boom.
Just eat your cum. Just eat your cum.
It's cool. You can move on to Aaron. That was all. I think that was.
Say your new catchphrase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a new catchphrase. I'm Holy John. I'm an inquisitor.
A demon halfling.
I'm a tiefling inquisitor. You know what? I'll try and find a combination of spells to weaponize my own ejaculate, I suppose, as that was an integral part of my intro.
Well, you have a new spell called blood biography. Maybe
I
you could do like
do.
a jizz biography.
I could probably do a jizz biography.
Well,
I
it
mean,
depends on how much blood's in their jizz.
Yeah.
touche.
You know, how much is too much, right, guys?
Any is too much.
Stop! I'm looking up blood edging porn. Let's
God.
make it full circle.
This
And
is.
speaking of someone who's never had blood in their semen,
You don't know that.
I do. He sends me updates every time. Ladies and gentlemen, the YPR rock god, Mr. Aaron
Tommy Sambazo is actually my personal primary care physician. He gives me a great
I
rate.
listed this as emergency contact. And he'll text me, "There's blood in it." And I'm like, "How much blood?" A dollop.
Ladies and gentlemen, character name Wilhelm Wardus. Class Cleric, level 9. Alignment Chaotic Good. Deity Azathoth.
Oh, Ben, I know what bed should be under him. The beginning of the Foreigner song. That
Oh, that's Led Zeppelin. Immigrant song.
Yeah,
that's
bro.
right.
Yeah.
Check out the
Immigrant
flag.
Foreigner. Oh, I know. We should have that song, Build the Wall.
How about When the Lights Go Out in the City by Foreigner? That's
Domains Void and Chaos. Race Human. I don't know. What else can I tell you? Hit points 51. Oh, man.
Ooh, you hear that, ladies?
Wow. I'll tell you.
Damn it.
Oh, I said, oh, wow, that time.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I get 5 cents every time someone does.
Okay, I'll pay you a nickel for that.
All right.
hell yeah.
I had a blast at this Katsucon
yeah.
convention. It was my first one of those convention things that I had ever gotten to attend. There was so many totally rad costumes. There was much nerd flesh on display.
Now, on the way down, you described what you thought it was going to be.
Yes.
Just a bunch of Japanese schoolgirls drooling all over everything.
I did not.
Oh, check the tape, buddy. I listened to that.
They're all
Now-
trying to tell you how to eat your own cum.
They're trying to eat cum with chopsticks.
I also use a ramen spoon.
Now, did it live up to your expectations, or was it totally not what you expected?
It lived up to my expectations and beyond, because in addition to the multiple, it was like a sea of pink and powder blue wigs.
Okay, thank God you said
And
wigs.
in addition to the sort of not Japanimation, but anime. The anime. In addition to the anime
Dad.
characters.
Ben, bleep that out.
I would have preferred if you had said the N-word.
I did not know that the J word isn't the right
Yeah,
thing to
Ben.
call it anymore.
Ben, just bleep out the first 3 letters of that. So, animation.
Hey,
It's
I
gonna
want
make
you
a
to-
real good song.
Aaron, I want you to know I have a bunch of Fangoria magazines upstairs, and if you look in there, there's mail-away cards for literally Japanimation in there. It's labeled really
Well,
large. on
look,
there.
Simpler time.
I'm an
Yeah.
older man. I'm learning, though.
So if you want to get Akira, holler at me. I got a mail away.
This story is leading to me arriving at this convention, though, and having this revelation of, like, it's just a place for people to just, like, let their freak flag fly, no matter what
definitely.
what they want to
Yes.
be a freak
Yes.
about. I saw a guy there dressed as Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah.
I saw someone dressed as the bearded lady from The Greatest Showman.
It's weird that's the one you picked up
Oh,
on.
that's okay. I just saw you taking a picture with a guy in a dress, and then
It
I
was the
like,
bearded lady from The Greatest Showman.
Okay.
I haven't seen that.
Now I
Did
know.
anybody else want to lean in and be like, I think it's a dude?
Well, there was also an older dude with a real afro who was beat to death by Ivan Drago era Apollo Creed.
Yeah. I mean, just whatever. There was a Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always a couple Jesus.
And our own Eric
Jesus.
Woodworth decided to go in costume as none other than Colonel Sanders with a
Yeah.
lightsaber.
Colonel
No,
Sanders.
Jedi Sanders.
I was Jedi Sanders.
And no one batted an eye.
No, there's people. I got a couple of good reactions from it. Also, I'm notoriously bad at grammar and spelling. It's one of my greatest hindrances. I couldn't spell the word colonel on my name badge when I had to write it down. I was like, as soon as I started the C, I was like, you don't know what you're doing here.
Over your head, Eric.
I had to write C. Sanders.
COL.
Yeah.
Nice
COL.
save. Nice save. It was a blast, though. I was so fun. And then you taught me what hentai was.
Not just
Yeah.
taught, he showed it.
Yeah, we watched it at
In
a
a
family
barbecue
barbecue
joint.
restaurant.
I have his reaction on my phone.
We
Yeah,
also
it's
recorded
so good.
audio, and it's good. It's some
He
good
was like,
stuff.
"What? How is that even possible?"
Well,
is when
at
he's-
first he showed him. He pulled up hentai on YouTube.
Yeah.
And at first it was like, oh, that's okay. That's. And I was like, Eric, no, go to porn.
We eased him in, and then I
No, it was like dip your foot in the pool and go, it's not that cold.
And then I pushed him off the high dive.
I was disturbed by what we saw.
It was like the ghost pepper spiciness of hentai.
Talk about that was your first anime convention, and you saw talk about throwing somebody at the deep end of the pool.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I'll never be the same.
It didn't look like a tentacle. No. I mean, that was that guy's dick doing all that stuff. And ladies and gentlemen, speaking of hentai, the man who's got a basement full of it. The listening in your ear holds the best audiomancer in the biz, Mr. Ben Hand. And sitting directly across from me, the man who's never tasted his own cum. He's never even looked at hentai. He jerks off with the power of his mind alone. And the way he's rolling, like he jerks off the way you roll a clay snake. Ladies and gentlemen, actor, writer, comedian, Mr. Dorian Gray.
I am your apparently very weird GM. Your
Get out there, spermies.
friend.
Does it just get longer and skinnier?
What was that? Are you okay?
Oh,
Get the
Clay Snake
defibrillator
jerking
out.
off is it's right in my wheelhouse.
Let us get
ticklish.
started.
Previously on Laugh-Finder. Duke Marigold has been assassinated. That was the headline at the beginning of our first episode this season. His niece Livonia has taken his place. She's holding things together in his absence. Meanwhile, a farmer out there tilling his field happened to see a giant golden magical bubble expanding on the horizon rather menacingly. There was a town hall meeting called about the very subject. Lots of characters of note at the meeting, including Nora Knox, among others. And in the back of the room, a silver rhino crew with these silver rhino medallions, heavily armed. The leader of this crew, none other than a man named Volo Brenmeyer. Yes, the brother of Elder Brenmeyer from previous encounters. He was none too happy about the fact that his brother's corpse was missing and presumably being defiled. We don't know anything about that, though, do we?
Nope.
Let's see who else. An interesting bookish character named Stephanie Dead has appeared. We don't know too much about her other than that she's, I guess, investigating the missing nature of Elder Brenmeyer's corpse. Our guest, Poach, incarnated, as you heard, as Tomothy, the man-child king. And
Mad, M-A-D.
Yes, the Mad Child King.
Yeah, no, that show
And
would be everyone here.
man-child. He's surrounded by man-childs. He's the Mad Child. Another new character joined us by the name of Big Slee, the
Yeah,
gunslinger.
Daddy, here in the flesh.
We decided to
All of it.
visit a noble in Red Point, a newly appointed noble, who ended up being a familiar face to us, a big familiar face.
Or as Arkane likes to call him,
Titties.
a noble.
Oh.
I thought you were going to do the noble thing.
Noble.
There you go.
It's none
He
other
did
than...
call him titties.
we called him
Yeah.
you may remember, listeners, that was Barsool. Barsool now has ascended to the position of noble in Red Point. He has his coin boy offer us some money to go out and hunt some kobolds who've evidently been emboldened somewhere around the magical golden orb. We go out there, we find a scene of slaughter. Holy John does some blood biography to find out that there is some firearms involved and that now potentially there's a crazy band of kobolds who are not only emboldened by the magical golden orb, but also armed with weapons. Dorian, our game master, has been drawing on the tactical battle board. We'll let him pick it up from here, and that brings us up to the present.
All right. It is nighttime. The moon is out.
It's right time for creeping.
You are, at this point, this is your wagon here. This is where the scene of slaughter takes place. This other wagon, this overturned wagon near the water. I will let you place your figures where you decide that you want to be as you as at least you all go to investigate. I know that at least
Which, by the
Holy
way,
John was near the wagon.
Yeah, I'm near the wagon.
I want to tell everybody that these figures were painted for us by Rob Randall of Black Spire Studios.
These are some oldies but goodies. We're
Yeah,
we're
these
blowing
are-
the dust
there's-
off of them right now.
Bring out the
season 2.
classics. It's lovely, lovely.
Yeah, mine
figure.
looks great. Look at this. This is
That's
my
not
Yours could use a
Black
paint
Spire.
job.
Yeah, I need to paint mine. I need to get a new figure for this game.
Are there any Boy King models?
Oh, wait, here,
Yeah, what are we gonna do for you?
here we go. There's
Oh,
Wilhelm.
where's this little
Wilhelm,
fucking
right.
fireball?
It broke off. Remember?
Yeah.
His screaming flame.
Gotcha.
Here we have a.
I think it's Ren. Old Ren.
Here, this is old Ren.
Yeah.
Okay. That's Tomothy, the Mad Boy King.
Yeah, here
Yeah.
you go.
Good. Tomothy is currently looking out pensively over the waters, the weight of rule heavy upon his shoulder.
Oh, I almost forgot. He made there's a Bobo, which I don't think in today's climate I can I can play this.
Well, I mean, they remade a live action Aladdin. Well, let me get a better look.
Take a look at that.
Okay.
Take a look.
Oh yeah, no, we're just gonna. He shouldn't run for the governor of Virginia. I'll tell you that much. That is a little problematic.
Oh, but he's a big Gucci fan. That's
Yeah, it's just.
it's
you
just
want-
his Gucci sweater.
You can use
Leave-
this guy if you want.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. Let's just.
I mean, he is a monkey, though.
Whoa! Just back in the box, buddy. Just back in the box.
I'm just
Back in the box.
Boy,
Man,
Yeah.
things are so complicated these days.
I tell you what.
Pick
Once
your
Aaron
battles,
starts
buddy.
hurting for
Pick
those
your battles.
for that pledge drive money.
All right, so all right, so
Which is our wagon? Our wagon is
This one.
down there.
Yeah.
Can you move me down there, please?
I guess I'd be the closest to that because I had to do blood stuff. Or wait, I actually have a range on these?
All right, we're positioned on the tactical battle board,
Why
Game
am I
Master.
up front. I'm a
Oh.
fucking squishy spellcaster.
Shit. How
we
far
go.
is that
Okay,
blood
that's
spray? Because I have to touch a motherfucking. I have to touch the blood.
I got up
it's
close.
right where you are.
I got
Cool.
up close.
You're soaking it.
attack
Yeah.
anyway.
Hey, what are you dicks doing back there?
All right, so Holy John gets close enough and touches the blood and describes the scene that I've painted earlier, where there was a merchant caravan that put up a valiant fight, but ultimately they were overwhelmed by the swarm of kobold hordes, with one of them, I didn't mention this before, but a female kobold who looks like crap, but regal by kobold standards,
What them feet do?
who was who seemed to have led them.
That's her.
At this
Scream
point,
putting on shoes.
I need Holy John to give me a perception roll.
Oh, good, actually. The 19.
Okay, everybody give me a perception roll.
Also 19.
All right.
It's an 11.
12.
Man, we ain't perceiving shit.
Yeah, that's going to be according to the 16.
Nice.
Okay. You hear
We
a
blindly close our eyes and see nothing.
you hear a "Wah!" I need. What did Arcane roll?
11.
Okay. I need everyone to roll initiative.
God damn it.
Boy.
Nice. My first natural 20.
All right.
Nice.
So I got a 26.
Got a 15.
12 here.
Wilhelm rolls 9.
Got a deuce.
And one moment, gentlemen. Ooh, goodness.
I like this music. This is good.
It's nice. Is this Sirenscape? It's good stuff.
Yeah.
If you want sounds like this at your table, get Sirenscape.
Yeah.
Sirenscape with You can buy a voucher for your DM. Hey, do you want to show your GM some appreciation? Why don't you buy him a 2-month voucher for Sirenscape? It runs only $14, and that's money well spent because it fucks your ears.
Hell yeah.
We're not allowed to talk about Sandy Bullock's vagina anymore.
No,
Thank
okay.
God.
Okay,
It's
thank
like
God. That's good.
Angelina Jolie's vagina.
Whoa.
in
It's
your
like
ears.
Brad Pitt's vagina.
All right. It's a talented vagina.
Talk amongst yourselves. I'm just setting up your murder.
okay.
Well,
I gotta be honest with you,
Okay,
boys.
fine.
I'm a little bit nervous. It sounds like there's a lot of men coming out of this.
No, we heard
area.
nothing. We're just like doody doody.
No, we heard a sound.
We're just splashing
Yeah.
in the blood. Doody doody doody.
Big Slee, tell us more about this boom boom stick, that spell wand that you have.
I gotta be
We've
honest.
never seen anything like this.
Well, it's a mechanical contraption. I actually bought it from a man from the very, very far east. That I thought he had mystical arts, but I'm what is known as a gunslinger. It's a man who is able to wield the power of the firearms. It's actually creation. It's not magical at all. It's harnessing the power of both fire and metal to inflict damage upon my opponents in the most horrible ways.
Oh man, what is that? A Zune?
All right. So you hear those of you who made your perception that was above a 13.
woo.
That's me. Yeah.
So
no, I'm
you
at a
three.
12. I'm sorry. I'm
No,
at a 12.
so it's you two. This is the surprise round when only the two of you get to act.
Oh, cool.
Hark.
Out of the bushes,
Is shitting my pants a swift action?
yeah, out of the bushes, you see a group of kobolds emerge.
What do kobolds look like?
Kobolds are about dwarf size, but they're like dragon humanoids. They walk on 2 legs, but they're scaly. They have drawn snouts like dragons. They're full of scales.
They're like crocodile midgets.
Yeah.
They walk on their hind legs.
Hey, look at them crocodile midgets.
Yeah, they're not at all impressive. They're
No.
just like little crocodile cuts.
They are them supremacists, but they are one of the most craven, cowardly peoples. And they don't usually do any maintain a serious threat unless there's lots of them and they're armed and they're fighting like villagers or whatever. This group seems different, however. 2 very, very large ones come out, damn near human-sized,
Oh my
ripped
God,
muscles.
he's 5 foot tall.
They come out foaming at the mouth, dressed in animal skins with small great swords.
Oh my God, who gave him pop rocks after midnight?
A tall female kobold is chanting, "I need
What is
knowledge."
she what does that sound like?
It sounds like
You go quack quack why me now. You go quack quack why.
I need a knowledge arcana.
I can nail that. All right, let's see. 19.
Okay, it sounds like haste,
Oh.
and
Oh, that's a haste spell.
she comes out. Also, 2 more kobolds come out, and they have what are basically pistols, but in their hands look like rifles. They seem very, very excited to use them.
Oh, those are the cutest firearms I've ever seen. It reminds me of my first grade picture.
And
Oh man.
They sound a little bit like Wookiees.
So that's
hear
that what
that?
you think? Is that Ben? Is that like kobold noises or is it just random noises? Oh, okay, it's not labeled as like kobold noises. Oh, okay.
So they're emerging from like holes in the ground? No, behind bushes.
Woods, yeah.
Are these subterranean creatures generally?
Shit. Okay,
Or-
well then. Yikes.
or swamp creatures? Listeners, Game Master Dorian is placing a number of coins
Which is-
on the board.
Which ones are rifle
You could call him the
guys?
coin boy if you wanted.
Ones on the end are the 2 rifles. Okay.
All right,
And what's the
let's
big
play a game.
gold one? Is that the
Guess-
woman?
yes,
Guess which coin is from the cursed horde of Cortez?
So we have a surprise round.
yes, and since she goes first,
Uh-oh.
she used her turn to cast haste. First up to bat is we're skipping Tommy this round, but he'll have High priority next round. Next up to bat is Holy John.
Cool. Well, folks, there's only one sort of thing you do in a situation like this. She's over there. I'm not going to run at them, so I'm going to use the powers of magic to shake her fucking bones.
Yeah! It's been a while
Shake your
since we've had the
shake your
bone shaker.
bones.
Can you refresh us on the bone shaker?
Okay, so that is medium range, 100 feet plus 10 per level, one living creature. Saving throw is a fortitude save. Duration instantaneous. By using a bone fetish like a marionette, you take control of the character's skeleton, yada yada yada. A living creature has its skeleton rattle within its flesh, causing it grievous harm. The target takes 3d6 points of damage plus 1d6 additional points of damage per 2 caster levels. And I can also move the target 5 feet.
And what about the saving throw?
It is a fortitude, partial, or negates.
Okay. Partial.
See text.
Okay. Well, she made her saving throw.
Okay.
So I guess. So what does it say for?
You're not shaking these bones.
She starts twerking.
Bones are made for shaking.
Okay, so does that negate the bone shaking?
Are her bones not shook?
Or is it
So-
a partial bone shake?
What's it say on there? Does it say for saving throw? What's it say?
It says saving throw, fortitude, partial, or negates, then in parentheses, see text. I copied and pasted this from the internet.
No worries. We have the all-seeing eye.
The only thing shaking over here is my rump.
Why isn't that your character?
Sounds like a math teacher.
A math or a meth teacher?
Hey, boys.
You guys want to dance?
This rump.
Oh, okay. A successful saving throw negates this effect.
Wait, hold on. In addition, you can move the target 5 feet. This movement doesn't promote attacks of opportunity. A successful saving throw halves the damage and negates the movement.
Okay. So roll your damage, and we'll take half of that.
Okay, all right. Well,
Shake the bones.
Shake her bones.
Shake
So-
them bones,
Shake
bones,
that-
shake it,
shake
shake it,
them
shake them bones. Come on,
Da-da-da-da,
shake
shake
them
that.
bones. Da 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 da. So they goes it
and
in.
you're in the woods, and there's kobolds fighting, and they got some guns.
No one wants to work
Holy
the
John is getting
calculator.
out the
calculator. John Paul.
John Paul.
He's
So they goes
rolling.
it in.
He's calculating.
Mr. Worldwide!
You want to know?
cool. Did you have a better calculator? This one doesn't seem to.
I got
When
you. I got it. Give me
when
some, what
Tommy
numbers
and
did
I
you have?
were overseas,
Okay, so at a 5?
Sean Paul was still very big
At
in
a
the Middle
2.
East.
Uh-huh.
Very huge.
And a 6.
Okay, a 6.
He was on every radio
Who's
station.
Sean Paul?
At a
Was that the
1?
white guy with the big grill?
No, he has.
Those
No,
dreads.
that's Paul Wall.
Oh, Paul
Yeah.
Wall.
5?
Okay.
No, Sean Paul is like a
Jamaican.
reggae popular
5?
singer
Right?
that sang
At 3.
a lot of pop songs in the early 2000s.
Divide by 2.
But he's still making albums and very popular in the Middle East for some reason.
13.
13 points of bone shaking.
All right, you shake her bones somewhat, but she, fortunately for her, rolled very high because that's not her strong suit. But that's not as important. What is important is that you shook her bones for 13 points of damage.
Yeah!
Nice.
All right.
And she's just a kobold.
Fuck her bones.
That's.
Later.
Whoa.
Let's see.
Seriously, let's fuck her bones.
This
Kane, that's not the way things work around here.
Man, I forgot how problematic the Odd Company was.
so
I'm going to ask for consent to fuck her bones.
the barbarian closest to you was not happy about this, and he,
too.
with a blinding speed, comes over to
He's making a rush.
hit you with his great sword.
The barbarian
what
is
is
an
your-
immediate tactical distance now from Holy John.
What is your AC?
Fucking 17.
17. He hits the. Well, he rolls. That's a miss.
Sweet.
He tries again. Plus, 13. That's a hit.
Damn.
And he tries again.
How many swings does he get?
Usually 2, but he's hasted.
Oh.
He hits once. And
Snicker snack goes the blade.
All right. And
Into the weird Scottish accent of Johnny Depp.
Snicker snack.
And he does. You take 15 points of damage.
That's not great.
Crack.
A marker.
And
Odd Company, you'll be pleased to know that you have a bona fide healer in your midst this season.
It's about time.
Yeah. With a couple vials, and that's all I remember.
So the woman kobold is still alive after having her bones partially shaken?
oh yeah, very much so.
Oh man, I was hoping she had osteoporosis.
Well, she does now, Brian.
Sweet.
Barbarian number 2.
Oh no, they're all coming up to Holy John.
In retrospect, this was poorly thought out.
They're swarming him like piranhas.
I told you not to go over at that blind.
You didn't.
That's a hit. That is not a hit. That is definitely not a hit. All right, these guys are sucking. Let's see. One moment, please. You take 16 points of damage.
Oh my god.
As 2 massively muscular kobolds, kobold barbarians descend on you with their shitty great swords, but raged. Next is 1, 2, 3, 4.
Here we go. Just rolling the dice.
Boom! A rifleman comes up.
Game Master is pointing at Big Slee, the gunslinger.
Is that you here?
No, I'm the.
Oh no, that's
right there. Yep.
Right there?
Oh god, here we
And what is your AC?
AC 22.
22. He misses you by mere feet.
go. Nice.
Yeah.
Hits me.
They have rifles.
Uh-huh.
They don't know how to use them.
Nice.
Hell yeah. It's
It'll
very
hurt
Put the
hard.
if
long
they
skinny
hit,
end in your
but-
mouth.
It's very hard to shoot over such long distances. You got to be a trained gunslinger, Daddy.
Cobain yourselves.
Did you make your perception?
Yes.
Okay, it is
15.
you who are
they,
next.
They're Cobain kobolds.
Yeah.
Kurt Kobold.
Kurt Kobold.
So Timothy, Mad Boy King, it just makes a beeline for these kobolds. I'm assuming 30-foot movement. For
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and he's drawing his sword, and as he does so, he just screams like from behind the kobolds that grab their attention. He says, "I'm a big kid now," and he just like embraces like in challenge to them.
Okay. Next is... Eric didn't make it. Nor did Aaron. Next is Rifleman number 2.
They got the drop on us big time, didn't they?
He will shoot at Timothy.
No.
Let's see. He misses. They don't know how to use these things. They're
So actually, so far, if I understand this correctly, we have no concept of what these things are actually doing.
Yeah, those
We
sticks are
haven't-
pretty loud.
Why do they simply not bludgeon us?
They'd
Well,
have better luck if they did.
If I can't, Ben is
Check-
telling me that
check this camera
I
screaming.
can't. I can't.
It's-
While it's recording, I can't see the screen. So if
okay.
someone hits it, I can't tell if it's moved.
Okay.
So this episode may be ruined.
No, they can still listen. So we restart the combat. We recycled around the combat. This time, everybody gets to participate. Starting with your leader here.
Who's our leader?
Well, their leader.
Oh, their leader.
She goes 5, 10,
The female gremlin.
20, 25.
The little gremlin vajayjay.
And she starts chanting in her draconic language, and you see this tiny spark appear from her hands that gets bigger and bigger and bigger until she hurls it here.
What
And
does the
is-
chant sound like?
It sounds a lot like a fireball.
All right.
How does counterspell?
She's get all of us back at the wagon with this fireball. That does. That's
everybody
not good.
give me a reflex save.
Oh, you tap 2 blue mana.
Yeah, because I mean I know fireball. I have to look up on counters.
Sit again?
Are we in the radius over here?
No.
Okay.
Uh, 6.
23.
Oh, you missed it by 10. All right. So, who's this?
That's Wilhelm.
What did Wilhelm get?
A 6.
Okay, and who is this? Here?
That's got to be Arcane.
Yeah, that's Arcane.
And who's this?
That's me.
All right, what did you get?
Not higher than Tommy, so I
Well-
also got hit. It was
No, Tommy didn't get hit. I was just...
He was
okay. Then my reflex was, I'm sorry, I have to redo it. 12, 30 more, 16.
Okay. Wilhelm takes 17 points of fire damage,
Good Christ.
and Arcane
Can I have a
and
dry erase marker,
Big
please?
Slee take
Hold on.
8.
8. So that one. Okay. There you are. Where's the bag of all the dry erase stuff?
Oh wait, is this it here?
Yeah.
Would I lose 17 hit points?
17 hit points. Next is Arcane.
Okay, Arcane's gonna be like, ha! That looked like fun.
Oh no.
And he and like on like the Guyver anime, he fucking his chest plates pop out and he pulls them apart and there's a port there and it says Arcane Grimoire underneath and he's like,
And where you
I'm
putting
gonna
it at?
drop a fireball. What's the radius?
I think it's 20.
I think it's
Fireball
30.
radius.
Is it 30 feet?
Yeah, I'm still stuck in 5e.
40-foot fireball radius explosion. What does it not say? Saving throw. Effect 20-foot radius.
Okay, so that's 5, 10. So that's 4 squares.
So if I pop it right here, can I hit these 3?
Let's see. So you
1,
can.
2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think if I put it here, I can hit.
20-foot radius is.
Yeah.
Yes. So this
Calculations are being made. They're looking
Yeah,
Oh,
at
it might
it.
also hit Holy John.
Okay, I'm gonna put it here so it doesn't hit Holy John.
Okay. So, all right.
So it should be these 3.
Holy John's just going to lose his eyebrows, perhaps.
Hey,
Yeah.
yeah, you're a tiefling? Oh,
Yeah, no. I didn't get these threaded last week or anything, guys.
So it is 10. The saving throw is what? 10 plus the level of the spell, which is.
I have a
level 3.
DC of. Oh, at level 7, it was a DC of 19, but I've gone up 2 levels since then.
Okay.
So it's what is it? It's 10
Plus the level of the spell.
level of spell. It is a 3rd level spell.
usually plus your spellcasting modifier, whatever that is, too.
Which for if you're a sorcerer, it's your charisma.
My charisma is plus 5.
All right, so it's 19. Well, 18.
Okay.
All right, so she rolls her saving throw. Was this a reflex?
Yeah.
He rolls his saving throw. Makes it.
Can I borrow a d6?
The barbarian rolls his saving throw. Makes it. All right. So roll 5d6. Or is it?
I
more
roll.
than that?
I took what is that? Spell focus or whatever, evocation.
Okay.
So I can cast it 2 levels higher than I am. So I'm maxing it out at 10d6.
Okay. So cast 10d6 damage. Everyone takes half except for her, who eats all of it.
All right. I gotta do some.
Are you going to count down from 10 before you make her eat that damage?
2 plus 5 plus 6 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 2 plus 6 plus 5 plus 6. 41 points of damage.
Jesus.
That was my favorite part of this episode so far.
Eat it! Eat it all!
It's the off button to the
All
encounter.
right. So
Yep.
the barbarian takes 21 points of damage. The rifleman was not as hardy as the barbarian and just goes poof in a puff of flame.
Which one is that?
The one nearest the woman.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's dead. Boom. She, however, eats all of that. How much was it?
41.
God damn.
She took a cougar's worth of damage.
All right. All right. She does not look good. She looks very, very bad. That
Can
was
these guys smell that?
Brian.
It smells a little bit like pancakes.
It is
burnt
Brian.
labia.
All right, cool. So what I'm going to do before I do fucking anything is I'm going to use my double judgments because I can do 2 judgments at once now. It's for my action. So I'm going to do I'm going to invoke protection, which would give me 2 to my armor class. I get 1 basic, and then +1 for every 5 levels as an Inquisitor. And then I'm also, because I got fucked up, I'm going to do healing, and I get 1 point of damage each round taken away, and I get +1 for each 3 fucking
Levels?
Oh, it's new Aaron.
for each levels. I'm just doing it in case the people care about playing the game. Tommy, we haven't done this in years. Some people might fucking care. I'm level 9, so I get +4 each level on that. And then I'm going to power attack the guy who got hit by the fire.
Oh, okay. Jesus. Go ahead.
Way to fucking lay down the law.
We hitting at 18?
18?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. And we're hitting for...
If you don't know, now you know.
Finish it.
So 14, 22.
22 points of damage, which will kill him.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
Which one did you kill?
God. The one over there.
This
Yeah.
one here?
Flip that coin.
Boom. All right. Well, we're just going to
3 kobolds remain in this heated battle on this episode of Laughfinder. The woman kobold who's twerking seems to be very close to
She's
death.
twerking very slowly now.
That's not called twerking. That's stop, drop, and roll.
The one barbarian, still raging, is not phased by any of this, and he's going to continue to attack you.
This one that's right next to Holy John?
Yes.
Oh, man.
I'm coming, Holy
Hit.
John!
Not a hit. Not a hit. They all... All right.
Kobolds suck.
These kobolds are rolling not good. Boop. No, that is hilariously low. He swings at you, but I guess you were ready for it because he just seems to graze you for 10 points of damage.
Yikes. All right.
10 more points of
No.
damage? All right.
Next
I think only go into effect this round?
is the rifleman.
Did you not grab a dry
Oh,
erase?
he's still back there by the bushes.
He is going to shoot at Timothy.
I keep thinking you're going to say my name. He's going to shoot at Tommy.
Timothy.
Tommy.
He almost hit you,
Nice.
but he gets a -4 penalty because he doesn't know how to use a firearm.
Man, these guys sure like making these loud noises with sticks. You think they would try to attack us? We're not
It is
scared of loud
strange.
noises.
But next is Timothy.
Oh yeah. So just so you know, Timothy, when he was a wee lad, had nightmares about kobolds. So this is a very personal battle. He's fighting himself more than anything. As he runs up to this kobold. And can I move and power attack?
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Timothy shrieks as he.
I should let you know you have spring attack. You can move, attack, and then move again.
All right, cool. So yeah, first attack. 5 does +5 does 20 hit it.
Yes.
All right.
Woo!
Second
Boom.
attack. Does 26 hit it?
No.
Just 29. All right. So let's see. Damage for the first attack. It's 2d6. 2. All right, 5 total. Plus 2, so we're at 7. And then plus 9. So,
16.
Yeah, 16 damage for the first attack.
Nice.
Poach
Good
knows
lord.
what he's doing. over
Yeah.
there.
Second attack.
Sorry, I color-coded your dice.
4 plus 2, that's 6 plus 9, 15.
Yeah. All right.
That is 31
31
points of
damage.
damage.
Tomothy, my
So,
lad. Well
and
done.
what are you attacking with? Oh, what does your great sword look like?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. That's right. The sword, when I draw it, it changes shape. Tomothy's sword is
Whoa, he's drawn his sword.
yes. I draw upon one of the most ancient weapons of my people, the wet pool noodle.
Well, I tell you what, this is a wet pool noodle from hell because you took it out of the pool and it's dried and the edges are real hard and sharp. And so you just slash as blood coats your whatever it is you're wearing.
Fair
You're-
child.
You're jerking.
Yes, my child jerkin.
His jumper.
Next is Big Slee.
That
Big
guy's
flea.
alive still?
Huh?
That guy's alive?
Yeah, because he's a barbarian. When
Alright.
you rage, you get bonus HP.
I see.
Alrighty. So
Stupid amount.
I can get into range of this guy right here. So I'm
Let me tell you how fun it's going to be to edit while people standing.
all
Oh,
right.
we can
I
do
look.
CG effects.
I get
Now it's
within
a
range
velociraptor.
of my revolver here, and I'm going to use spend 1 grit point so I can use dead shot.
Okay.
That allows me to basically roll attack twice.
Okay.
And then roll for damage. Roll for damage twice.
I didn't know he
Um,
had grit points.
Yeah, grit point. They're
Yeah,
kind of
he's
like
got grit.
resolve. They're kind
Yeah,
of
it's like
resolve.
spell points. Yeah, it's like
So-
resolve points from Starfire.
I'm gonna roll for my first attack here, and we're gonna go. Where is it? Sorry.
This is why we fill out sheets, Eric.
I know. I was so ready for this whole time. I've been waiting so long,
You did.
and
You
I
had
was
all-
like
you
so
had all
excited.
That time to think about it. You have no
So
idea.
6. 15 is my first roll. Is that hidden?
No.
Okay. And my
Still don't know
second
what a gun
roll.
does.
Are you going to whip the whole time? Oh, it's under.
Reroll.
Reroll. Reroll.
Go with the first. Go with the first roll.
Can I go with the first roll? Well, it's even less this time. We got a 2, 4.
These boom boom sticks
6
are
on my
utterly
second
ineffective
one.
in our
Class,
fantasy
you're
world.
so annoying. What is all these?
Hold on.
The guns
Hold on.
give you
You're a
tinnitus.
gunslinger,
I
right?
think this is
Yeah.
called
What's your base
edging.
attack bonus?
I get 9 on my first roll and 4 on my second.
So
No,
base-
no. That's your base. Add your dexterity.
So 9 plus
Your
your dex
dexterity
bonus.
You have a 20. What is your
Okay.
dexterity?
It's plus 6.
Okay.
So add plus 6 to both of those
Yeah.
to my base attack bonus?
Yes.
Because
9 plus 6 is 15.
okay, so 15.
So your first roll would have been, what'd you roll?
You rolled a 9.
You rolled a 9
Yeah.
plus 15,
24.
24. 24 hit?
A 24 hits.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And then the second one was what?
2.
A 2.
2 and a fucking 4, which is 6 plus 6, which is
12, so 14.
14.
That is not a hit.
But
Okay.
your first one hits.
Okay, so my first one hits. Yay!
So roll damage.
So I only get to roll damage for 1, which is gonna be hey, I'm experiencing it with you guys too, okay?
This is the first
Means I get a
gunshot that's
single-
actually hit its target
Yeah.
this game.
1d8 here, and I rolled for 2 damage. Man,
Nice.
Does he have
That was-
his dex to that?
Yeah, what does he have
Yeah,
there?
Nah.
anything to that.
Nope, but it
No.
kills him.
nice! And I get my grit point back because I killed something.
Wow, that's okay.
Sweet.
So that
We're
guy's
like-
gone.
Wait, what the fuck was that?
Listeners, if you're keeping track, 2 kobolds remain so far on the battle board. The queen kobold, who's been uttering the spells, and the rifleman back there by the bushes.
She looks more
Right
like
now,
a
it's
hot dog.
Wilhelm's
at this point.
turn.
She looks like an over microwaved hot dog.
How many steps can I move and still be able to do an attack?
Right?
30 foot, so yeah, 6.
Yeah.
6 squares.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, am I within
Oh, here we go.
Am I within 100 feet plus 10
Oh,
feet per
you
level?
are.
Yeah.
Easily.
You can hit anything with anything.
I look at the Queen Kobold, and I proceed to unleash. I say to her, Queen Kobold, you may or may not be aware that I am now a 9th level cleric. With which comes a spell that I like to call Flame Strike.
Oh.
A Flame Strike evokes a vertical column of divine fire and deals 1d6 points of damage per
What?
caster level.
What are you saying?
I don't know if this is very self-aware or if he's gotten hit in the head.
It's very meta.
Essentially, I hold my hand out and attempt to. I have to roll for this to hit.
No, she has to roll for.
Who's he talking to?
I hold my hand out to her and proceed to attempt to create an infernal column of divine flame that's going to
Divine fame, like a Kardashian.
devour her.
All right.
I
So
think the heroin has
she has
rotted
to
his
make a
brain.
saving throw, and if
Correct.
she makes the saving throw, she only takes half damage.
Correct.
All right. She rolls. Oh, that was not high. All right. So that's 1d6 per caster level.
1d6 per caster level. So she's about to get 9d6 fire damage of divine flame. Nice column. Cackalackerator at the ready.
I am ready.
Here we go.
me
96. 3,
3,
3,
3,
4,
4,
1,
1,
5,
5,
4,
4,
1,
1,
5,
5,
6.
6.
I create a wicked column of divine flame around her, and as she's burning inside this column of flame, I say, "See you later, alligator."
That was
Yo,
32 damage.
tight.
32 damage.
32.
You're cold as ice.
She said, "See you later, alligator." Whoosh! And she just explodes into this column of flames. You burn like 2 feet deep in the ground from where she was. Oh, interesting thing. Don't let me forget this. The thing about Flame Strike is that it's half holy damage. So if anything is resistant or immune to fire damage, they still take damage because it's half holy.
Nice.
Correct. Papa's got a whole new bag.
All right, so you ignite and explode the leader of the roving band of kobolds. There's one left, and it is his turn. He aims at. 1 second.
He's not running away at this point.
You would think. But
Yeah, you
he
would
said-
think.
But he has a gun.
Boom, Stu.
This courage.
He aims at Wilhelm,
Oh no.
and he is about to kill Wilhelm, or at least try to kill Wilhelm, when you see something just a little bit, because it's dark and it's in the wooded area, something that's roughly 7 feet tall with a long, rotten green and black hand reach out of the woods and grab the kobold by the top of the head. Claws puncturing into its eye sockets as it screams and pulls it back into the wooded area, screaming for a few seconds until there's a very large crunch and there's no more
A
screaming.
wet crunch.
Oh, what was that, dudes?
Oh, that thing looks like it's our friend.
Is Obi still behind me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Does anyone have knowledge nature?
I do not.
Nature.
What is it? I can do a base intelligence.
I have
Try to do
2 of knowledge nature.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a +1. Let's
You
see.
Yeah,
need
gotcha.
it's a knowledge skill, so you need it to roll it at all.
Oh, 18?
Do you have knowledge nature?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
But you have knowledge nature?
Yeah.
You can roll it. It's one of those knowledge skills where you have
13 plus 2.
to 15. All right. Because Because
Appears to be a giant slimy claw
Oh,
that came out of the bushes.
one of those.
because you're so close to the water, you suspect that this giant slimy claw belongs to a sea-hag.
Oh, great. My
I believe
ex-wife
that,
is
though.
hiding within the woods.
What them feet do? What them web feet do?
That is a lot of information to process here at this end of this exciting episode of Laugh Finder. Ladies and gentlemen, we have defeated 4 of the 5 kobolds, the last of which has been dragged into the bushes by the slimy claw of a mysterious giant sea-hag. Will we encounter the sea-hag next episode, or will we quietly walk the other way?
I don't know. Is Holy Drunk gonna have 10 to 15 beers?
Find out next time on the next exciting episode of Laugh Finder!
All right, guys. Someone start going around. I forgot to grab something out of the bag.
Well, it is gonna be the week of March the 12th. Anything coming up on those comedy calendars or other fun stuff, guys? Just going around this table. I know for me personally, as always, you can check out Driven to Succeed on Amazon Prime. I do believe, important thing I say, it was maybe at the Ocean City Film Festival last week, which I don't know why I forgot. Meanwhile, the Skull Base, Bandcamp, Thundergrunt. You can see me at the end of the month at fucking the Cellar Door on the 31st and Church Satire on the 30th. Anybody else have anything going on there, guys?
Yeah, I got all types of fun stuff.
Awesome.
You know what? But first and foremost, if you like anything Eric Comedy, you can find it at ericcomedy.com. You'll find links to the sister show of Laugh Finder. That's the Quality Time podcast. We heard Jeremy Woodworth, my co-host, who is played what was his name in the Out of the Blocks? Who knows? But he doesn't break character, and he leaves skin everywhere. So you can check all that there, all the murder mystery dates. April 11th, we got a show, and I'll be at the Ellicott City Comedy Festival on the 29th.
And I will be there on the 27th?
You're on the
on the 30th.
Yeah.
I'm there on the 30th. Other than that, just go check out laughfinderpod.com. You find links to our Teespring account and to our Patreon account, where you can hear all the sort of details of what went on at CatchaCon.
Yeah, a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah, and you guys can vote to see who had the better car, who had the
Yeah.
better bonus content.
Yeah, I don't know how good theirs was, but if you like to talk about comic books and movies, then you're going to love me and Brian and Ben's ride.
Oh, well, I hope you like hearing Aaron drop J-bombs.
Oh, okay, gotcha. For a second, I was like, fuck, dude, this is a weird way to find that.
Dorian, you got anything coming up?
Yes, on the 21st, I will be at a comedy show at Disco Bar.
Oh, nice, yeah.
And that is on Charles Street in Baltimore. And
Disco Bar. I've never heard of that place.
It's
Yes.
It's right below Kamari, the Nepalese
Oh,
restaurant.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Get the fucking food. It's fantastic.
and
I like how Aaron's like, yes, the Nepalese restaurant.
It's just another way to say it. It's all about that, dude.
And on the 20th, I'll be at something called the Wicked Bloom Show.
Ooh.
What's that? Does that have to do with weed?
He only
One of my
performs to
favorite
flowers there.
You have no idea. You know I have no idea what weed
No.
is. But yeah, that is what is happening for me.
Excellent.
Aaron, you got anything?
We're going to be taping an episode of Out of the Blocks in Chicago at the end of March. That should be cool.
Yeah, that's going to
Chi-town.
be great.
Yeah. So that's it.
All right, cool, thanks.
The big windy city.
Coach, what do you got? What do you got coming up?
So we have 2 Who's Roll shows happening in March. The first one's happening in the 10th, so by the time this airs, that will have already happened. But we'll be having another one the last Sunday of the month on March 31st at the Wind Up Space. So it's going to be recorded. It's going to be hosted on the Thundergrunt Network. And
Are the episodes already airing?
no, we'll be releasing. We'll start releasing the episodes of the podcast at the end of February.
Okay.
And we're editing them right now, and I say we, and I mean Derek Von Braun is editing them all like a champ.
So the wind-up space, for listeners who aren't familiar, is at the corner of Charles Street, North Avenue. What do they have to do? So you have to reserve
gotta
seats or what?
I would recommend getting there early. It's a free show.
Any drink specials?
We can talk about.
What's the public nudity policy? Yeah, I'm there, baby.
Yeah, but it's a free show. It happens after Drinking and Dragons on Sunday, where a bunch of people they host them there. You can get drinks. They all play their games and hang around afterwards. The show starts at usually around 7:30 or 8, and we just get rolling.
Let's do it.
Well, now we never let our guests leave empty-handed. You're going to get a lucky D20 to go with you, but I can't just give you a die. The die has to find you. So you're going to put your hand into this bag. I'm going to say an incantation, and when I'm done, grab the die that feels right and pull it out. Ready? May all your hits be critical. May your strike be tried and true. May all your fails be minimal, but nothing lower than a 2. All right, grab a die, pull it out.
That's
Look at that.
That's a Gen Con.
That's
a Gen Con.
Premium die.
Let's give
Give it a roll. Let's see what we're doing.
Fucking 15.
And listeners, this season, I'm going to keep a running tally, and we're going to find out at the end of the season who rolled the highest.
Nice. 15. It's definitely in the running.
Yes.
Eric, write that down in your notes.
I'll write it down. Okay.
Oh, yeah, we should keep a separate...
All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.